Hello everyone, we have for you game number 4 in the match between Team BskTeamB and Crafty. Spawning in the top right corner for Team Crafty, winning the first 3 games of this match. The Hero Zerg purple player, you mad cause you bad, and man, he's been proving it tonight as he has taken 3 games. If he wins this one, Crafty will continue on, well, all teams will continue on, but he'll win this match. And his opponent is, of course, the Zerg player Frozen. Teal Zerg with a really weird decal. Do you see this decal?
Yeah, it's the 2011 BlizzCon decal, and it is awesome.
Yeah, Frozen, you went to BlizzCon. You're a baller, man. So this is a Zerg vs. Zerg. It is on Cloud Kingdom. An interesting map. Looks like a snake. That's all I really have to say about it.
Cadoink, do you still hate its body?
No, I don't hate its body. I dislike its body. I don't hate anything. It's not good to hate.
Except for Metropolis.
Except for Metropolis. That map is hideous, man. Sorry. But,
Alright.
yeah.
Well, I would be very interested to know if Team Crafty, or Team Berserker, Team B is actually mad.
I don't know. They probably are. I would be saying, ooh, BlizzCon. Meet anyone, Mad says. Hopefully he met some cool casters.
I know, I hope you met Day 9.
Yeah, Day 9 is a hero, man, for sure.
And it would appear that Mad is being quite annoying. He's just holding up the naturaling progress a little bit, which, oh, he 15 hatched.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, this guy knows how to roll.
This is your favorite Zerg player now. He just 15 hatched.
Oh, you have no idea.
Won 3 games in a row.
And now he's 15 hatching a ZVZ. He knows what's up.
Yeah, dude, he is a baller for sure. And actually, his opponent might have wanted to. Oh, he just had the online ticket.
Oh man, I should have gotten the online ticket for that decal. Especially if I could sell the code later.
Oh, you can sell the code?
I think so.
Interesting.
At least that's what they did for like WoW Pets and stuff. I know WoW Pets went for like $400 from BlizzCon like 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, they got crazy. Those prices went like they got ridiculous.
Shoot, man, I should have done that too. Yeah.
So happy about this 15 hatch.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's not too much is going on at this time because both players are getting up their hatcheries and their spawning pools. Just the usual thing in the early game, especially for Zerg vs. Zerg. We do have 2 Zerglings going out across the map for Frozen, just doing some scouting. Gonna probably poke into the front of Mad's base and then probably take the watchtowers later. But
yeah, both players have pretty beautiful Overlord spread at this point. I think I like Mad's more because it's more actually spread out, whereas Frozen kind of just has Overlords in his opponent's base, like both sides of his opponent's base.
yeah, he does have more vision of the base, whereas Mad doesn't have vision of his opponent's base, but he doesn't really need to. He doesn't. There's no kind of surprises coming out from Frozen at this time, and I don't think Mad is afraid of any. Has a lot of Zerglings at this time.
Yeah, and Mad gets a huge upside of that first battle. He managed to snipe off 2 Zerglings without even taking any damage on his own. So that's quite big, especially in a ZVZ like this, because that basically means that Frozen cannot put any pressure on. Frozen is actually Frozen might want to put any pressure on anyway. He's building a Baneling nest. He's getting quite a lot of Zerglings. It's going to be kind of awkward. This Queen is going to do its best to snipe off an Overlord, however, it will not be able to. Almost assuredly, at least.
Ooh! It's getting a few more shots. Yeah, no, it won't. A lot of Zerglings on the field for Frozen. Actually, he just produced 12, but now 16 coming out for Mad. Looks like we're going to have some cool Zergling Baneling
This
micro.
Overlord cannot run away fast enough.
Oh, I just caught it dying. That was awesome. Hero Queen right there with 1 kill. Predator. Very much a baller.
That's super that was a super predatory Queen. It came like 50 forever off creep. That's like 25 seconds of runtime.
Yeah, it was out for blood, man. It wanted to kill that Overlord.
Yeah, it would appear that the Banelings are coming up. Oh god, the Zerglings need to run.
Whew.
And they do manage to get away. No Zerglings die there. One almost dies.
Yeah.
However, he's going to fall back. He's probably just going to build roaches and then try to push again, because banelings are not really that scary as far as roaches go.
Nope, not scary at all, in fact. It looks like he will be killing off some zerglings around the map, trying to keep control of the watchtowers, and then, like you said, he's going to be building up some roaches and then pushing. He's putting down 2 spine crawlers, actually 3. This is good, making sure that while he is teching up to roaches, there's no kind of super zergling baneling bust going on, so he'll be just fine.
Yeah, and that roach one is just about to finish, so this baneling timing is basically over.
Yep.
And I'd be interested to see where Frozen is going at this point. It looks like he's just producing a lot more Zerglings. However, on a map like this, where there's no amazingly open spaces to really catch a lot of roaches off guard, mostly spaces in this map are actually quite closed off. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to do that much damage with so many Zerglings.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. This is one of those maps that I don't really like the close corridor on. Like, Daybreak, I love the close encounters and stuff like that. This map, it's too narrow and too kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it other than like a snake. That is really the best description. But yeah, like you said, it won't let him get any roaches caught off guard. Matt is actually walling off, which is super cool for a Zerg player. He has some queens there as well as some roaches, and these banelings, I don't think they'll be able to do any damage.
They definitely will not be able to do an optimal amount of damage. I'm not even sure if he's going to try to do any damage with these banelings at this point. He only has 7, and those 7 banelings might be able to pick off a spine crawler.
Yeah.
Maybe. And Sandhead slowing down the game.
Sandhead. Yeah, he will be running home and putting up some spine crawlers of his own, as he knows those roaches are out on the field and he does not want to deal with them. Putting down a roach warren of his own. He's also putting down the 2 evo chambers because he knows he'll be behind on the upgrades as well if he doesn't get on top of that, as +1 range has already started for Mad, as well as glial reconstruction, one of my favorite upgrades to say and to get. Ooh, and a nice baneling hit going
nice
for Frozen.
hit.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's probably like 10 Zerglings, I would say.
Yeah, something like that. It was definitely good. It doesn't really matter to Matt. He wasn't trying to do any damage with those Zerglings. He just kind of wanted to see what was up. But, you know, it is really kind of annoying to lose Zerglings like that.
Yeah, definitely. It would appear that an Overlord is kind of in a nice position to scout out the 3rd base, and this queen is not nearly as predatory as her sister. She doesn't really care. She's just gonna let it chill there, sit around.
Just let it hang.
It would appear that the Spore Crawlers are coming out for I'm Mad 'Cause You Bad, and I'm actually surprised that he didn't go for Mutalisks, because he's really ahead in tech right now.
Yeah, he is.
He already has a Hydra Den, and his opponent's lair isn't even finished. That's quite far ahead. It would appear that I'm Mad 'Cause You Bad just really likes that Roach Hydra style in basically every matchup at this point. He's being quite annoying to the 3rd base of his opponent. I would expect to see him expand pretty much ASAP now that he knows that his opponent has his own expansion. However, at the same time, I guess he might go for a lot more roaches and then just attack.
Yeah. I don't really know. Just poking at that 3rd.
Actually, he is going to be going for an expansion.
Yeah, he is. Also putting his spine crawlers in position to where his units can get out. Very, very cool wall by Mad. You know, something that can be changed, kind of like a supply depot wall for Terran. So I like that quite a bit. Also, you know, getting his 3rd up, he's going to be economically a little bit behind, as Frozen did get his 3rd up before. However, in the income tab, they are quite even.
Yeah, and Frozen actually got an Overseer, which I love Overseers. They're very nice units, especially if you drop a Changeling in a Zerg base, because sniping speeded Zerglings is one of the most annoying things
Absolutely, ever. Yeah, it's horrible. But, he doesn't really have that much to hide. Matt is just a solid player. He's going to be going for Roach Hydra. He'll probably reveal it at any given time, and he doesn't really care, I don't think. Because he knows that if he just plays solid, has good macro like he does, he can just win based on that. But if you look at this, the army supply for Frozen is pretty massive. He has a lot of roaches now, and then a lot of banelings as well.
Yeah, and banelings are super effective versus
Yeah, they are.
Hydralisks. If Mad makes like the same blunders that he made during the game on Daybreak, where he kind of, he positioned his army in such a way that all of the Hydralisks were open. If he does that again, he's going like all of his Hydralisks are going to
Yeah.
die because Banelings are just going to absolutely destroy them. He really needs to be extremely careful with his positioning. He needs those roaches there to block the Baneling hits for his Hydralisks. And then he just needs the Hydralisks to do the DPS they're known for and absolutely destroy.
Yeah. Yeah, banelings are so good. The Overseer for Mad just barely getting out of the base alive. Probably put down some sort of changeling somewhere. I don't know. I can't really see. But just getting some good scouting information off in general. Some infestors are coming out at this time for Frozen. That's an interesting choice as well. That's going to be very good. If he can get some fungal growths off onto the Hydralisks, the banelings can definitely land if the roaches aren't there to block. So I kind of like that decision by Frozen.
Yeah, definitely. It would appear that Frozen's going for his own macro hatch and down by his third. I'm actually surprised that neither player is taking macro hatch earlier, considering the fact that macro hatches are really nice.
Yeah, they are. Frozen floating quite a bit of minerals, could have done it a lot earlier, and probably could have maxed a lot earlier too if he had done so. Both players keeping very active at their upgrade, +2 armor finishing up for both players. And yeah, they'll be working on +3 once they get their hive up.
Yeah, and it would appear that Frozen is going for a lot of infestors in his army. He already has 4, and he's going for 2 more. And Mad is not going to have any infestors anytime soon. His pathogen glands are just wrapping up now, but he hasn't put any infestors into production, which is something that he could do at this point because, it only counts if pathogen glands is done by the time your infestors are finished, not by the time they start. And it would appear that beautiful fungals.
Yeah, this is such an important timing. I want to state because Frozen just did get 2/2, and his opponent does not have 2 armor yet. However, it looks like Mad is gonna be able to hold this, maybe.
Yeah, Mad had a beautiful arc right there, an absolutely fantastic thing. He also had high ground positioning, which really screwed Frozen up. However, Frozen. They're both going to do extreme amounts of damage to each other.
Yeah.
But I think these infestors might want to run.
Yeah. Oh, man. Very nice hold by Mad. That was incredible considering what he had against him. The timing was so crisp for Frozen. Attacking right when 2/2 finished, right before 2/2 finished for Mad. However, Mad was just able to reinforce like a baller, and now he's on the offensive.
Yeah, of course, I actually don't quite agree with this decision for Mad to go on the offensive because all of his units were almost in either the orange or the red.
I agree with that, even though he was a baller holding it off. Moving out wasn't the best, as his opponent was able to reinforce really quickly. And so now Frozen is going to have to pull back, but now look, he's ahead in the army supply.
Yeah, the really annoying thing there for Frozen was he lost basically all of his infestors. He just built 3 more. He's actually going for a Spire right now, which is a very nice play at this point in the game. Tech switching to Spire can really cause other Zerg players to tear their hair out. Because if you look at what Mad is doing right now, he's building straight roaches.
Yeah, he is.
Like, just straight roaches. He has nothing that could take on Mutalisks. And honestly, if you swing in with Mutalisks against a player that's at maxed army supply and you just start killing workers, they're done. They're kind of screwed. Because they need to rebuild workers, but they also need to lose army supply. We have a giant engagement, but Mad getting another beautiful arc should be able to win this engagement. Most of the units are going to be extremely low on health because of those fungal growths. But with such a superior army supply count, plus great arcing, it's not really going to be all that important. It would appear that Zerglings are coming out for Frozen, and that is not the best decision in the world.
Yeah.
Because honestly, he does not have the same upgrades for his Zerglings that he has for his Roaches, and because Zerglings just aren't as good as Roaches are in a situation like this.
Yeah, wow, just fantastic play by Mad, getting such great arcs, able to kill off that army, made it look so one-sided. There's the GG. Congratulations, Mad, for winning this set for Team Crafty. Sorry to see you lose Berserker B, but you guys still have more matches ahead of you guys, so yeah.
Yeah, that was a great 4-0 to Matt. That was really fantastic. I am solidly impressed. That was a great showing for him.
So congratulations to both our teams for playing well, but extra congratulations to Mad for being a 4-0 baller. And I'm going to end the video right here.